Well, it's time to get caught up on the business world. Who better to fill us in than 680's Richard Southern? Hello, Richard.
Cynthia, hello. And I have some good news for you today, too. How about that?
Okay, let's hear it.
Big rally for stocks. We had one of actually the best day of the year on Wall Street, with the Dow, as you saw there off the top, jumping 300 points and crossing for the first time ever the 21,000 point mark. Boy, you could hear the cheers erupt when they were ringing the closing bell.
That's quite momentous, isn't it, Richard?
Very momentous, and it's been like a straight lineup, Cynthia, since the U.S. election in November. It all comes back to Donald Trump, you know, with business-friendly promises, and of course he made that big speech last night before the U.S. Congress. Traders, Cynthia, they were hoping for some specifics on his policies. They didn't get that. But Trump did sound a lot more presidential. He was a lot friendlier sounding, and that seemed enough for investors to continue their big buying spree. Not just Trump, there's signals U.S. interest rates may be going up, and that helped out the bank. So overall, great day for stocks. All
right, well, Trump might be helping to boost stocks, but nearly half of all Canadians say they're boycotting his brand products.
And I think this was particularly evident yesterday when we saw protests in Vancouver. They were opening a Trump Tower out in Vancouver, and in fact, Donald Trump's two sons were on hand, and a lot of protests there. Now, a new report found 40% of Canadians are likely to boycott a restaurant, a hotel, or a golf course if it has the Trump name on it. What's more, 1 in 3 Canadians say they would cancel a visit or they wouldn't plan a visit to the U.S. because of Donald Trump. So they're voting with their wallets in.
Very interesting. And now you have a stunning stat about the marijuana industry. I find this fascinating. It's soon expected to create more jobs than manufacturing. What is that telling us?
That's shocking. It's telling us pot's going to be a major economic driver. It's not a joke anymore. It's going to be a serious economic driver in the years to come. A new report finds that by the year 2020, the legal cannabis market will create more than 250,000 jobs here in North America. And yeah, that would be more than manufacturing. It would also be more jobs created than we'd see in the utility sector or even in the government sector. The legal cannabis market was worth about $7.2 billion last year in the U.S. It's projected to grow at a rate of 17%. And of course, we're seeing continued rallies for a lot of the medical marijuana stocks on Bay Street, many of them up 30% just since January 1st.
Interesting. All right. This is one that if you've ever been in a classroom, well, we all have, but it's been a staple for years. Good luck finding Elmer's glue in the stores. What's going on with that?
Flying off store shelves. The company's saying they can't keep it in stock. The reason isn't because of, you know, your little arts and crafts you're making in school. It's because kids have learned how to make slime out of Elmer's glue, believe it or not. This is a big fad, Cynthia, and a lot of it driven by Instagram and what have you. So apparently, if you add the Elmer's glue to some detergent and you mix some hot water in there and some food coloring, you end up with a cool slime-like creation. And of course, kids love that sort of stuff. In the second half of 2016, Elmer saw an increase in sales due to, the company says, this slime mania. Newell Brands, which owns the glue, said sales were up 9% in just 13 weeks. So if you're looking for some Elmer's glue, that's why you can't find it. Blame the slime mania.
Hilarious. I bet they haven't seen a rise like that in like decades, in forever.
They were probably like, what's going on? Why is everyone buying glue all of a sudden? But there you go.
And McDonald's, this is an interesting one as well. Detailed plans what it wants to do to win back some lost business. And it could mean having your Big Mac delivered to your front door. Really?
Yep. Golden Arch is experimenting with delivery now. They were confirming that today, Cynthia. McDonald's said that in its 5 largest markets, the U.S., France, UK, Germany, and Canada, nearly 75% of the population lives within a 3-mile radius of a McDonald's. And because of that, the company says it's positioned to become a global leader in delivery. McDonald's also said it's going to continue to add those automatic ordering screens in stores, and it's going to introduce soon an option where you can order and pay on your phone and then pick it up in stores.
I'd love to see if, you know, how their sales are doing, if they're going to go up with this, go down, you know, if people are trying to eat healthier these days.
Delivery is in, though. People like to stay home, watch Netflix and that sort of stuff, and we've seen other companies like Chipotle have success with delivery.
Okay. Well, packing light when on a business trip is always a good idea, but that's clearly not for a Saudi prince.
This is crazy. So yeah, talk about you know, packing heavy. So this is Saudi Prince King Salman, and he's making a 9-day trip to Indonesia. Just 9 days, Cynthia. Okay. He's touching down in his private 747, which is pretty ballin' to begin with. But look at what he's bringing with him: 506 tons of luggage.
Oh, wow.
It takes 7 planes just to bring his luggage. It includes 2 Mercedes-Benz limousines, 2 elevators. He's not very mobile. He's 81, so he needs elevators.
Okay. All right.
You know, he needs that. Gold furniture, 4 hotels for his entourage of over 1,500. Just to put this in perspective, 500 tons in. This is your average luggage allowance. It would be like 7 elephants you're bringing with you for your 40-ton, for your 40-pound bag. So he's bringing a lot of luggage on that 9-day trip.
And I like to just take carry-on.
That's the easiest way to do it, but not for the king.
All right. Thank you so much, Richard.